Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for the weekend. That's Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of October. I did try this in a live video stream on my Facebook page, but I was having not only visual freezing, but also audio. So I had to stop that stream, and this is its replacement. So I'm hoping and trusting that whatever the issue is with these live video streams at the moment, freezing and acting up, that I trust that will be resolved real soon, because I know it's not my internet connection. So, welcome. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. It helps me actually live in this world and to function and to pay my bills. So I'm very, very grateful. So thank you. It helps me be able to do my work, which I feel is really important. Well, it's important to me, as everyone's work should be, shouldn't it? So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm looking for the best card for Saturday, the best card for Sunday, and then the best card for the theme for Saturday and Sunday. I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So how do you know if it's guidance for you? If this is general guidance for everyone, how do you know if you're one of those people that I'm connecting with, or one of those people that needs to hear? One, it will make sense to you. Whatever is shared or whatever stands out for you will fit into your life somehow, and it won't need to be forced in. It should just slot in easily into a part of your life or what you've been thinking about lately, even though I have no idea what's going on for you in your life. So you can trust those things that make sense to you. I trust it's no accident that you happen to be connecting with this video. So just take on board what feels right for you and let the rest go. Just think of this as a guide only, and we'll see what comes through. So I think that's all I really need to say. It kind of feels weird not doing a live stream, but we'll just go with it. At least we have this backup, so that's always a good thing. So I'm now looking, or shuffling, and looking for the best card for Saturday the 6th of October. So Saturday the 6th, and we'll see what comes up. So I trust you're feeling good. Let me know how you're doing in the comments if you want to, how things have been flowing for you. How has your week been? I know for me it's been super duper productive. I've been so busy from the moment I've got up to the moment I've gone to bed, and I've been getting up early. So it's been wonderfully productive for me, which is always good. So it's very exhausting, but there's something rewarding to me about a productive day, and being tired at the end is a productive sort of tired, which is good. I've got a hair here that's really annoying me. Okay, so the best card for Saturday the 6th of October is this here. Oh, we've got the Stag card 49, and the Stag says lost, help, guide, path, and discouraged. This says that some of us may feel a bit lost, alone, discouraged on Saturday. We may think, and there's a lot of mental energy in this card, we may think that we're off our path, that we've taken the wrong turn, that we've done something wrong, that we aren't where we should be or aren't where we need to be. We might be very doubtful, and we might be thinking quite critically about ourselves. So the Stag's highlighting that we might feel lost and discouraged, but there's also a sort of positive element to this card. It's showing us that our mind thoughts have been running wild, perhaps, and out of control, and are running on a tangent, perhaps, of negative thinking or thinking the worst. When we trust, when we learn to trust completely in our heart, our decisions that we make, our life, the steps that we take on our journey, When we look at trust from that perspective, rather than whether we trust someone or not, when we look at how do we trust, are we trusting as fully as we can in our intuition? Are we trusting in perfect timing? Are we trusting in one step at a time? Are we trusting in the choices that we're making and the decisions that we're making in our life? Because if we're not, we're probably going to feel doubtful or uncertain about our journey. So a big part of this card, I feel right now on Saturday, is reminding us to look at how we can trust further in ourselves. So if you have trust issues, but you've been focusing on another person, having issues with another person who might have violated your trust, see if perhaps you can turn your trust exploration inward and look at how much you're trusting in your journey right now. Do you doubt whether you're on the right path or not? Because in truth, you can never be off your path. Your path is always under your feet because it's your path. It's my path is always under my feet because it's my path. So our mind makes us think that our path is way over there, or that we've taken a wrong turn somewhere, we've gone backwards. It's our mind that makes us think so. In truth, when we get that mind out of the way, in truth, we can trust that our path is always under our feet. We can never run away from it. We can never, even if we walk with on our hands, our path is still under our feet because it's our path, it's our journey. So be careful that you're not getting caught up in the thoughts that you've done something wrong, that you've taken a wrong turn, that you're off your path, because you cannot be. So trust that you're on your path, trust you are where you need to be, and reclaim your personal power so you can get back in charge of your life and get back on track. So this is very mentally focused. We can feel very emotionally pulled into such thoughts too, because often our emotions tangle up with those negative, heavy thoughts. So we might feel an emotional connection too. But now it's about untangling, I guess, that mental and that emotional energy. And there's only a very subtle difference, but connecting with that and finding what the difference is for us, what's going on for us emotionally and what's going on for us mentally. Sometimes there is that overlap or that tangling, but we can usually pinpoint which thing or which focus we're being pointed to, whether it's emotional or mental. So remember on Saturday, especially if you've been feeling lost or discouraged or that you've taken the wrong path, that you haven't, and you can trust that your path is under your feet and reclaim your power back. And start thinking about perhaps how you can trust more in yourself and in your steps that you take and that you are on track. It doesn't mean that sometimes we need to make changes in our life. Sometimes there are parts of our life that don't fit with who we've become. They don't resonate with our truth, or they don't match us. Sometimes things change. Just because we trust we are where we need to be doesn't mean that we don't make changes and we just sit back suffering. We have choices that we can make. We have changes that we can make to improve our life and ourselves. So it's not just about, trusting that all is well, that everything is how it needs to be in regards to suffering. We can make some new choices and trust in those choices. So I guess in truth, this is about reclaiming our power back and looking at what's going on mentally, what's going on with our own trust issues. But sort of creating a line, a divide between what we think. Sometimes people think that trust issues have to be connected with another person that's violated our trust. It's so much more than that. So if you're interested or inspired by those thoughts, perhaps explore trust for you. What does trust mean to you? How can you apply it in your life to help you walk more solidly and stably and confidently on your journey? So I trust that makes sense. That's the guidance for Saturday, the stag. getting back in charge of our thinking really is the big message there. So I trust that makes sense. Thank you so much. Does it make sense? Is that relevant to you? Let us know. Or let me know. I'll be reading your comments later throughout the next few days. So now I'm looking for the best card for Sunday the 7th of October. So Sunday the 7th. And I trust 100% that the best card will find its way to the top of this deck based on the way I choose my cards. So we'll go with this card for Sunday the 7th, and we have card 5 called Sacred Haven. It's been a while since this card's come up. It says gratitude, connect, reflect, and stand still. This is reminding us on Sunday to stop and count our blessings, to stop and spread our arms in the air, to open up our heart, open up through the front of our body, and recognize what is going well for us in our life, what we can appreciate, what we're grateful for, noticing it, saying it, affirming it. There is so much working for me right now. Hey, maybe I'm more on my path than I realized. Hey, maybe things are improving more than I thought. These, looking at the glass half full rather than the glass half empty. It's really our attitude, our perspective, that both of these cards, or all this weekend, seems to already be about our perspective. And our mind will distort our perspective. So let's recognize that we are on our path, we are on track, and we're more connected to ourselves in this moment than we realized. And let's recognize what and who we can appreciate in our life, the people that are there for us, the things that we have around us, the roof that we have over our head, the food that we get to eat on the table, the health of our body perhaps right now. And just getting a bit of a reality check seems to be a big thing this weekend. So what can you stop and appreciate on Sunday? Perhaps in your journal or on a piece of paper, you can reel off a list of all these things, all these people that you appreciate for being in your life, and feel it from your heart. There's no point reeling off who you're grateful for or what you're grateful for if you're not feeling it genuinely. So I'm a big one in expressing genuine gratitude. Don't pretend and just say, well, I should appreciate you because you share your home with me, but you're irritated by that person right now. I'd be looking at what's irritating me about this person, what's the trigger here, and then expressing genuine gratitude when I feel it. And if you struggle to find anything you're genuinely grateful for because you're feeling low right now, then think about that you woke up today. Surely that's something to be grateful for. You're breathing. A lot of people aren't. So we can be grateful, genuinely grateful that we're breathing and alive right now. Perhaps you ate a meal, last meal. That's something to be grateful for. A lot of people don't get that. So there's a lot of things about our survival that we can be grateful for, especially if we're struggling to find something to appreciate, if we're feeling really low. Get back to the basics. I have a comfortable bed to sleep in. That's something to be grateful for. I have a hot shower. That's something to appreciate. So when you start at those basic things, then you can grow like a snowball effect of gratitude. And it's such an empowering, beautiful thing to practice. It helps us, well, I find for me, it helps me see more of what's good and more of what's positive that's happening in my life. So perspective shift seems to be big already this weekend. But Sunday, practicing gratitude, stopping, catching our breath, stopping to smell the roses, to notice what is good and what is working for us. That's Sunday. So now I'm looking for the best card for the theme for Saturday and Sunday. So the theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Saturday and Sunday. So let's remember, part of the theme is to keep our mind thoughts in check, to stay open perhaps in our hearts, let ourselves feel more rather than think Overthinking might be a bit of a problem. So what are you grateful for? What are you most appreciative about genuinely? That you can say or write down or think, I appreciate you, or I appreciate this or that, but feel it honestly in your heart. So the theme card is this here. We've got Indigo card 18. It says new children, innocence, fun, magic and birth. This brings a light-hearted, uplifted, new beginnings energy to this weekend. There's a feeling here from this card of feeling lightened, like our load is lightened. So perhaps with the perspective shift and reclaiming our personal power, practicing gratitude will help us uplift or rise up above the things that we've been worrying about, or the things that we've been consumed by that's been heavy, and lifting our energy up. There's a playfulness to this card. So playing, laughing, having fun. I'll be going rollerblading tomorrow with my daughter, and that's always so fun for me. I love it. Just zipping around the rollerblading, roller skating rink is so fun for me. I'm about to head out into the garden and do a bit more digging and playing in the dirt. So what can you do this weekend to lift your spirits, to bring an element of playfulness in, to help lighten your load? Maybe for you, listening to music is something that can really lift you up and bring you into the joy of song and music and lifting up your spirits. Maybe creating for you. Maybe stepping away from your home, taking a drive, walking in nature. What is it that you can do to help bring playfulness in? This card also talks about new pathways opening up in our life, which in other words we could say new opportunities coming in. So as we get back on track, as we practice gratitude and notice what is working and let things improve for us, it's like new pathways are coming in. So I think I talked about it in one of the recent videos I did, I'm not sure if you caught it, about new energy wanting to come in. And if our space, if we are a wardrobe or a cupboard and we're full of boxes and spider webs and dust, and there's all this stuff in us that might be represented by worry, overthinking, negative thoughts, noticing the worst, what's not working, this never works for me. These sorts of thoughts or words that you might often say. And we're all clogged up with all this stuff like boxes and stuff filling up a cupboard. There's not much room for new energy to come in. If new energy, new pathways or opportunities are wanting to knock on the door of our cupboard, our wardrobe, we open the door, but all this stuff falls out and there's no room for new stuff. It's not going to come in, even if it's everywhere around us. If we don't notice it, if we don't make room for it, how can it come into us? How can it come into our life if we're all cluttered up? So it's important, I feel, this weekend to look at our perspective, look at how trusting we are of ourselves and our journey, getting back on track by shifting our mental attitude, shifting our perspective, practicing gratitude. And I feel this will help clear the clutter, the mental clutter that has been cluttering us up, so that the new energy can come in, the new pathways, the new opportunities, the new ideas that want to seed and come into our space. So it's like we're preparing fertile ground now. We're pulling out all the weeds so that we can plant new seeds and let them grow in our life. So new is around. If you've been wallowing about the old stuff and things not changing and why does this always happen to me, then you're keeping your weeds in your garden. So this weekend it's about pulling up our mental weeds, getting a new perspective that perhaps we've allowed these weeds to grow. Maybe there are big weeds that are just taking over right now. So let's get out into our mental garden, our mind garden, maybe our literal garden, and pull the weeds, and imagine pulling out all those mental barriers and perspective issues that we have, so that we can start making fertile ground, so that we can plant new seeds in our life, because they want to be planted. They're hovering around our energy field waiting for the best conditions to plant. They're not going to grow well amongst a bunch of weeds. So let's pull out our mental weeds this weekend. Let's get a new perspective and start. Let's get into our life. Let's get in and pull the weeds out. Let's not wait for other people to pull our weeds out. They're our responsibility. They're our thoughts. It's our perspective. It's our worry. It's our doubt. It's our fear. It's our issues. So let's reclaim our power, get in and pull these weeds out, and create a fertile bed for these seeds to be planted. So interesting, but very mental. But like with mental energy, I find one of the best ways to let the mental energy run its course, if I'm trying to get back in charge of my thoughts, is to get physically active. So you may feel like you want to get quite physically active, do some exercise, go for a walk, pull some weeds from your garden. Picture that you're pulling out physical weeds, but you're pulling out mental weeds too. And you're creating a nice bed for new seeds to be planted. Because the new energy is hanging around. It's just waiting for the best conditions to be planted. So that's the theme card for this weekend. Interesting energy. Does it make sense to you? Does it resonate? What stands out for you? Work with that now, carry it now into your life, and see how you can implement or think about it or adjust it, make it your own, so you can help yourself. So thanks so much. I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards today. These have been created by me. So if you want to learn more about them or start working with them, they're very easy to use. They come with a guidebook and instructions. Please have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au and look up the store tab, the card decks. So that's that. I've released new pendants on my website a few days ago, so there's still a couple of those left. So please have a look if you're interested. And I've been flat out working on, or very busy in non-Australian terms, very busy making some ceramic things. I'm going to have a couple of kiln loads full soon. I plan to do some more next week. So I'm just plodding my way through my ceramics list, and I should have the kiln. When will I have the kiln going? Probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll probably have it going a few times. So thanks for your patience on waiting on things that have sold out, like the Namaste pots and the smudge bowls. There are more coming in creation, drying, and being made now. So thanks for your patience, but keep an eye out for those in the next couple of weeks if you're interested. Now, my Temple of Balance patrons, thanks so much for your support going into October, and welcome to my new patrons too. Thanks for supporting my work in that way. I intend on sending out rewards. I've already recorded pretty much all of them. I intend on sending them out and fulfilling those rewards that I can fulfill this evening, so in about 12 hours from now, although this isn't a live video, so that doesn't matter. So anyway, later tonight, Australian time, I intend on fulfilling those. So you'll hear from me about that real soon. But if you want to learn more about me and the work that I do, if you want to take your connection with my work deeper, if you resonate with my way, if it speaks to your heart, if you feel connected to what I have to say or my energy, then you may be interested in taking your connection with my work deeper. So there are different options for that. Have a look if you want to. There's one-off things like my card decks, my books, my pendants are beautiful to wear, if that's something that speaks to you. Or I've got family memberships, Patreon, where you can support my work from $1 a month if you want to. Just stop after a month, can end any time. Up to great rewards where you can be a part of our family, have meditations, enjoy our healing event events as well. We can have a video chat one-on-one on Messenger. There's options to receive guidance for the next month's personal guidance, which I don't tend to do, so that option's there. And there's also an option on Patreon to receive all those things plus your own personalised meditation. So there's lots of different options. So have a look on my Patreon, in my family tab on my website if you're inspired to. Or check out my stuff. There's lots of free resources as well. So have a look at templeofbalance.com.au if you're inspired to. So thanks so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. So thanks so much for joining me. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to connecting with you again real soon. So thank you and namaste. Bye.